In the main line of Joltville, Nanine appears again. The iconic black butterfly flies out of the column, then stopped on the timestamp of Nanine. Her timestamp is different from the style we have seen. It's pitch black. About the use of timestamp, we need to go back to when we first came to Domain 9. First of all, the jade orchid in the dial told us, need to pass the test of timestamp. Not everyone has the ability to control the timestamp. The second is the words of Lu Hua. Resonate with the deity. For example, we came to Joltville. If it doesn't resonate with the Azure statue, timestamp will not be valid. Who does timestamp of Nanine resonate with? The timestamp system is not a human patent. On the contrary, humans are clumsy imitators. The timestamp system originally comes from deciphering ancient civilizations. If Nanine's timestamp is valid, it doesn't work through the timestamp system of Domain 9. That is likely to resonate with the deities left by ancient civilizations. Actually, this is not surprising at all. Do you remember where Nanine comes from? Yes, Nanine comes from Yuhengxi, an organization specializing in darkness. Is it a bit familiar? The previous example is still studying the ruins in Marshville. It's true that it's easy to get possessed when studying darkness. Now we can enrich our knowledge even more. Nanine was the last white tiger. Ling Han is her successor. This means that Yuhengxi is also in Marshville. Just like Mimi part-time Tianjiang attic owner, Ming Jing part-time director of Jifu Research Institute. Will Ling Han also succeed in Yuhengxi? This time Nanine just missed something. It is estimated that the key plots are arranged in Marshville. Maybe we can find more truth in Yuhengxi in Marshville. But if Nanine uses the timestamp of ancient civilization, new problems have also arisen. The ancient civilization sealed the power of Hive Mother. Who is Nanine now? After our battle, Mimi proposed that when fighting, Lai Ke did not do his best. I believe the Executor and Miss Shirley have also noticed that when we fought with it, we found that it did not try its best, or that its ability was limited by something. And it seems like the power is limited. The introduction of the timestamp system has always been aimed at darkness. That is, timestamp breaks the darkness. Then Nanine's butterfly was not helping Lai Ke, but to restrain its Christomax. What's the purpose of Nanine? For example, Rem, singer robot, makes Meroria dance, only to meet Ruby. Now why is Nanine like this? Solving these puzzles can only go to the next version. Now let's continue with the analysis of the main line. Came to Domain 9 with Rivi, repeatedly mentioning a person's name in her words. That's Yanunu. And also the survival knowledge she taught. To a place without any traces of civilization. Surviving by gnawing on tree bark. It's hard to imagine someone teaching friends this knowledge, unless she or those around her have experienced it. Yanunu is also the executor of Hykros. Evan's chess pieces are really endless. But when it comes to this name, my mind is full of it, haha. It's really wilderness survival now. Take Brevi to Infinite Sundial. This is the core area of Joltville. It is also the heart of the timestamp system. The system of Domain 9 keeps pace with the times. Change to a small seal script operating system. What is displayed on the screen is, welcome to the control system. System startup in progress. Tower Fantasy is finally not reusing those view textures anymore. The details deserve praise. Going further, you can see the sundial behind the glass. I still haven't figured out why the lid here is flipped up. The working principle of Infinite Sundial has not been understood. But judging from the plot behind it, Omnium Energy Reactor will probably be installed here. We just don't know if the top cover on top will be opened. After all, we need to receive the Omnium Energy of Comet Mara. Can't we still keep the lid closed? In the sundial, Neo has been waiting for us. There is a decoration behind his hair. A butterfly landed on it. It's reminiscent of Nanine. Can he be an insider? But we also have to be wary of the authorities. When the werewolf was killed in Inars, the official had a bad taste of wrong guidance. This butterfly is too obvious. On the contrary, it makes me feel that the official was intentional. Soon, MSYU was also involved. The urgency of the top priority is to prove Domain 9 is also within the radiation range of Comet Mara. Only in this way can Tower of Fantasy be built. Even if it can be proven to be within the scope. It can be inferred that Domain 9 is part of Planet Ida. I can understand the first half of the sentence. But in the second half of the sentence, I'm confused. In the fairy tale branch line in Longyuan, the timeline of Domain 9 has been pushed to 2624 AD. At that time, adventurers appeared in Joltville. And the Dragon Elephant Tower. Near the guest room. There is also an NPC who mentioned. His father said that Domain 9 lost contact with the outside world. Over 100 years have passed. This moves the timeline forward again. If Domain 9 is really part of Planet Ida, when did they break free? Two speculations emerged about this. The first guess. Domain 9 used to be a secret place on Planet Ida. Human beings mistakenly entered this place and couldn't get out. Lost contact with the rest of Planet Ida. can only breed in Domain 9. During the Cataclysm, Domain 9 also separated. But this assumption must be that many people fall into the secret realm of Domain 9. Otherwise, it would not be possible to develop the scale that appears. And if that's really the case, why doesn't Domain 9 have any record of planet Ida? Lon and Canro first arrived at Vera. Unexpectedly, there is no information at all. Second type. Domain 9 has long been separated from planet Ida. That's why it has lifeblood and ancient civilization relics. The missing humans on the Yuanguang spacecraft after being hit by a meteorite entered Domain 9 by mistake. So the time of Domain 9 is synchronized with that of planet Ida. This speculation is also currently the most reasonable. But Domain 9 lost contact with the outside world more than 100 years ago. And now after reconnecting, we found out that neither of them had any records. What was the outside world connected by the Domain 9 100 years ago? In the fairy tale branch under Dragon Pool, it provides us with a new possibility. Joltville can pass through the spacetime cracks created by the Dragon Elephant Tower. Go to each Black Jade space. Is there a Black Jade space where human civilization also exists? In fact, whether it's Asperia or Vera. For Domain 9, it can also be called Black Jade space. Revi asked how the Domain 9 were positioned to the extraterritorial coordinates. We have to mention our great hero, the Sage. The army sets out, stepping on Hykros. The clone was beheaded, and the plan was shelved. At the beginning, it was full of energy. After failure, it disappeared. Of course, these are all for fun. The son of the heirs of Ida was released when he was able to fight Hykros. Do you know where Hykros' main force went at that time? Just finished attacking the base of the heirs of Ida in Vorin. This is the weakest time for Hykros' defense. This wave is actually a swap of hometown. After the heirs of Ida rushed to Hykros, Evans and others just put the central time-space engine humbly to go out. And then their own persons went to seek refuge. Look like you can do whatever you like. Does Hykros really want to prevent the third backtracking? Actually, it's not. It's like a calm pond. When we throw the first stone, splashing water and ripples, how can we calm the pond? The correct way is not to throw the second and third stone, but to wait for the water surface to calm down itself, which is what Hykros should do. Hykros never cared about the damage caused by backtracking. Just like the roast of the shelter. How can those high and mighty people care about the lives of the little ones? Compared with these, Hykros cares more about the success of backtracking. In Evan's conversation, he mentioned that Hykros didn't want to go back. But after time and space have calmed down. But if the heirs of Ida insists on going back, they won't stop either. It's even more gratifying for Hykros to see someone take the blame. About Hykros, there are really many mysteries. At the beginning of the plot, the Omnium Energy Tower reversely transmits Omnium Energy to the Magic Tower. Tower of Fantasy Omnium Energy reserves are saturated. Hykros discharges Omnium Energy to the surface to prevent it from being blasted. But after that, the protagonist has been working hard to close the Omnium Energy Tower. When the Power Tower was not closed, Hykros' Omnium Energy saturation problem can be solved. But why did we close the Omnium Energy Tower? There are so many Omnium Energy on Hykros? This has to consider a question. Does Hykros know the plan of the Sage? Franz was sent by Hykros to Qingdao to investigate the relics. This is because they found that the heirs of Ida was interested in the relics. What is there in the ruins? There is a reverse engine that can counteract the impact of backtracking. After the first backtracking, we conducted a series of more in-depth research and experiments, and established several chrono chamber, which have a reverse time engine to offset the space-time disorder caused by backtracking. This information alone can help you guess the purpose of the heirs of Ida. Not to mention that among the heirs of Ida, there are also Hykros' spies. The Sage made such a big plan of time retracement. Hykros didn't react until the last moment. This is obviously unreasonable. Even more outrageous is this attack. Hykros has almost no loss of personnel. This is why Xiaofeng has always suspected that Hykros did it on purpose. But before, I didn't understand why he did this. Now it seems that, to create spatiotemporal fluctuations, enable other spacetime to locate extraterritorial coordinates, bringing the disintegrated planet Ida together again. How did Asperia and Vera get in touch? It's also because of this spatiotemporal fluctuation. At present, we know 3 spacetimes due to this fluctuation. And connected together. So how many unknown spacetimes are there? Because this incident was repositioned to? It can only be said that Hykros' chess game is really big. After the Cataclysm, never gave up the idea of reconnecting with other time and space. But he's been planning all along, and arranged the game by the hand of the Sage. I thought that the reunion of planet Ida was due to our efforts. Now it seems that everything was premeditated. Do you remember? After the Mook squad just logged into Vera, Icarus has been chasing the coordinates of the Hive Mother. Rethink of the existence of Gestos. Hykros' purpose is worth pondering. The question is, does the utilized the Sage know this? If he didn't know at first. But after defeating Hykros, it's time to figure it out. After we arrive, The angle of clemency has disappeared. The sage is also on the line and has to send. But backtracking ultimately failed. What did he do to break the game? Nemesis left behind. Even to protect her. Not hesitate to join hands with Hykros. Go to Inar's seabed for rescue. Both Hykros and the heirs of Ida have secrets. Hykros has Jessithos. And the heirs of Ida has Nemesis. In the end, the real game of the Tower of Fantasy. It is still the two major forces of Hykros and the heirs of Ida. Is it a bit thoughtful and fearful? Reedy proposes to transform the Sundial instead of rebuilding the Tower of Fantasy. This startled little Qinglong. Transforming the Sundial? It is necessary to ensure the continuous and normal operation of the Sundial, and there should be no mistakes. Mimi is really a responsible ruler. I support everything you do. But Joltville can't have an accident. That's almost what Mimi means. Then she returned to the broken cave. Abba, back to Tianzhong Pavilion. Yun, the head of Infinite Sundial, makes his debut. She is also one of the suspects of the inner ghost. As the person in charge of Sundial. If it's Nan Yin's mole. That would be very interesting. Because Tianzhong Pavilion lacks materials. So we had to act as laborers again. Both raw stone and jade are found on the map. However, it should be noted that the purchased materials are unable to complete the task. Is there any mystery in the materials? When buying the final materials, we met Fies. The meeting here is really a coincidence. We happen to need a retainer. The boss just sold out. Fies happens to have. Coincidence is possible. But by coincidence, it's quite different. But what I care more about is, does Fies recognize us now? Or is it just because we are urgently needed customers? Is she willing to compromise? And why does Fies appear here? Xiaofeng mentioned before that jade and raw stones can only be found on the map. This will take a lot of time. If Fies is notified, it's entirely possible for us to wait here. All this can only wait for Fies' mimetic plot. From the current update rhythm, Fies probably has no main line. I have to say that the modeling of Fies is really beautiful. The details of the clothes are also really numerous. The female modeling of Tower of Fantasy has been progressing. Men are. After collecting materials, hurry back to Tianzhong Pavilion. Pay attention to the materials we collect. What we made was just a connecting device. So don't be surprised why the collected materials are so simple. Next comes another small detail. I'm going now. Mr. Neo, please wait a moment. It seems that there are still unsolved vulnerabilities in the debugging program. Huh? The installation task should have been completed at the beginning of the line by Neo. But Reedy suggested that there was a problem with the debugging system. But is there really a problem? It's not explicitly stated in the plot. It's our turn to run errands. During the installation process, we unexpectedly learned very exciting news again. A researcher heard Yun talk about the third-generation timestamp technology. And he's still a big guy. Coincidentally, at the end of the plot, why you also mentioned, once the Sundial renovation is completed, we need to launch the third-generation timestamp system to launch a counterattack. Is it necessary to drive a humanoid high up? Or the Iron Emperor in Titan? After returning to Infinite Sundial, a large-scale space exploration program has been put on. Wait, can you provide a more detailed comparison at this anchor position? Unfortunately, the image displayed on the staff screen here. Xiaofeng couldn't find the corresponding object. But Mara finally returned to the human vision. Ah, it's Mara. Everyone couldn't conceal their excitement. But seeing the happy expressions on everyone's faces, there are new questions. It can be seen that Mara is located with precision instruments. It took a lot of effort. Mara should be invisible to the naked eye. How about Asperia, Vera? What is the planet in Domain 9? If it is material reuse, should the authorities handle it now? 3 different spacetimes or the same sky? This is too lazy. Still say, is the sky a projection in various time and space? It's time for darkness to attack. The inner ghost is also ready to move. Okay, that's all for this issue. Follow Xiaofeng, taking you to experience a different Tower of Fantasy.